Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing this kind of, to me it's like a classic Valentine's Day look, classic like date night kind of look. So I thought I'd recreate it because I was super inspired by a photo of Taylor Hill. A celebrity makeup artist did her makeup and it kind of looks like this, and I thought it was so pretty, and I think it'd be perfect for Valentine's Day, you know, not super crazy or glittery or anything like that, just a very nice, sultry, sexy type of look for Valentine's Day or any type of day, date night, whatever. So I wanted to recreate it in my own little way. And yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and just get started with this video. Today I'm actually going to be using the Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance-Perfecting Foundation. Looks like this. I have the shade 2C1 Ecru or Ecru, something like that. And I have really oily skin, so it might not be the best foundation for me, but I did try it out and it didn't really make my skin look super oily or anything like that. So I'm gonna give it a go again and just kind of really pay attention to how it wears on me. I know for people who have dry skin, I'm sure it's gonna look really fabulous and actually make you look nice and moisturize. I don't really need help with that. My foundation is my skin is pretty oily and moisturized by itself. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. I already used the primer by Mercier as well. I got this in a package from Influencers, so it was pretty cool. Even though I'd rather have like a mattifying foundation, but it's whatever. So I'm just taking my Morphe M439 brush, which is one of my favorite brushes, and I'm just gonna use that to apply this everywhere. And I did go ahead and put some brightening under eye corrector, just so you wouldn't have to be scared by my dark circles, because they're pretty bad. So I really like the color of this foundation for my skin. I think it matches pretty well and gives like a nice finish too. Like, it doesn't look super oily once you apply it afterwards, you know? I don't know why I didn't grab like a small mirror. I'm using this big ass one. So I guess this will kind of be like my first Valentine's Day tutorial, just because I feel like it'd be a really good look for Valentine's Day, but it's not overly like pink or anything like that. To me, it looks more like sultry and sexy. Well, did you hear my stomach? The inspiration I got for this video is like a sultry, muted kind of look that I feel like you would love to have for Valentine's Day, because you want to feel kind of like sexy and pretty and, you know, desirable, especially if you have a boyfriend or a date for Valentine's Day. And I don't really need too much for my forehead, so just dotting that on. I do like the coverage that this gives. I feel like it's really good coverage. It's more of like a medium coverage that you can build up, but it feels really nice. And I'm not into like super covering up all of my imperfections these days anyway, so I think it's a really good finish. So that's it. As you can see, it still looks pretty luminous. But I also did like not let that primer I used from Mercier kind of just settle down, so I feel like that's making it a little bit more luminous looking right now. Found a little mirror and it's all dirty, but it'll work. So now I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face, and I'm using the I can't speak. The Nudestix Nudies All Over Face Color in the shade Bondi Bay, which is like one of my favorite contour cream products. My stomach is just like super hungry or something, because it will not shut up right now. And it's just so creamy and blendable. It just gives you like a nice natural type of finish for a contour. It's not too dramatic. And then I'm taking my Morphe G40 brush and just using that to blend it, and I'm blending it upwards because we want that chiseled look. I feel like even though this is like a luminous foundation, I can still make it work for me just by making sure I set everything with a really good translucent powder that kind of will help keep my face matte and not look overly oily, which is what I did the first time I wore this, and I think that's why it just really wore so well. As long as you set everything really good, I think you can pretty much work with a lot of different kind of foundations when you have oily skin like I do. Oh my god, that noise. I don't know if you can, I hope you can't hear that. It's like a big ass, it sounds like, you know, a dump truck or something moving past. Or the recycling, something. And I always kind of just these days just leave my contour looking a little bit more natural, because if I want to build it up a little more, I'll just use powder whenever I set it. Set it and forget it. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I really want to get a darker shade because I've seen so many people use it as a contour product, and I really want to try it out. But this is in the shade Light Beige, and I really, really love this one. More than the Shape Tape, I think, just because it's not, like, as dry looking when you apply it. And then I'm taking a different G40 brush from Morphe and using that to just blend it out. I've been using a beauty sponge lately. I really love the one from Juno and a new one that my sister got me from Sonia Keshik. That one is amazing. It is so soft and just like really, really perfect. I've used it before without even wetting it and it still blends out like a dream. It doesn't feel hard or anything like that. But I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. I used it the other day and now I can't find it. So I'm using a brush now. Too much concealer on right there. That was a little too much. Spread it around a little bit. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit. And I saw someone that learned that the celebrity makeup artists, they highlight when they contour or highlight the nose, they just do like the top part and then like right here and leave this part alone. So I've been pretty much just doing that. I forgot why they do that, but they do. I'm kind of just patting it. I don't really want it to blend out too much. I do want that more of a thin line, like that. Wow, so luminous. It is crazy. Like, I think it looks good though. Like, I don't mind it at all. The only thing I mind is how luminous am I gonna look later in the day when my oil comes through, you know? So now we're just gonna set everything really, really quick. So now I'm going to go ahead and just set all of that, and I'm using the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. This is my favorite setting powder. It just keeps me really, really matte and also brightens up the under eye without being too brightening, because I've tried some that are just a little bit too much. Like, I don't need that much. Just a little bit, you know. Let me just make sure this is all blended right here. Like that. And I don't really set under here anymore just because I feel like it makes it too dramatic of a contour and I want it to look a little bit more natural, so I kind of just leave it alone. Maybe I'll add a little bit of, you know, just a little light dusting of it just to kind of highlight a little bit better, but usually I just kind of just leave it alone. Alright, so I just went ahead and wiped off that powder just because I felt like it. And I think for today, we're going to throw it back a little bit and use the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar because I feel like it has the tones I'm looking for. And a lot of you might have this palette, you know, because it's not super new and it's come out a long time ago. So I feel like people might have this. And if they don't, there's really similar palettes like that have all these type of brownie shades. So what I'm going to start with is the shade Mousse, just this color right here. And I'm just going to put that pretty much everywhere. It's going to go on my lid, on my crease. We're taking it everywhere. When I was thinking, I was like, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and what should I do? I'm like, yeah, of course I want to do something with like pink or purple or red and do one of those kind of like looks. But I'm like, not everyone's gonna do that, you know? The majority of people aren't gonna go out with like pink eyeshadow. It's just not something that a lot of people like to do. Like my creative people out there, my people that love to play around with makeup will do that. But I personally probably wouldn't do that either. So I was like, let me do something that just kind of looks sultry, sexy, you know, for your man or just for yourself, you know, or for your woman. And now I'm gonna go in with the shade Peanut Butter. Use my, and just kind of go over on top of it. This is kind of warm it up just a little bit. Do y'all want like, you know, shots of when I'm doing my eyeshadow zoomed up? Will that help out better? Let me know in the comments. Tell me about it, because I can do that. I'm trying to do it a little bit closer now than I usually do, so. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this truffled color. Excuse my nails, like I need to get them done again. And I'm going to be taking actually a smaller blending brush. Where is it? This one? Is it dirty? No. Okay, so I'm going to be taking this Morphe M506 brush, which is like a very small, almost pencil-like blending brush, and just dipping it in a little bit into that truffle color, shaking off the excess. And I'm just going to use it to kind of define that hollow right here, you know, the crease a little bit better. But not too much because we still want it to look very blended, very muted, nothing dramatic. And then using that bigger brush, I'm just gonna kind of blend that out. And I'm doing what Desi Perkins does as well. She kind of just tilts her head back and really, she tilts her head back to kind of really place that color like that. So as you can see, it kind of just looks a little bit more defined in my crease area. And now, let me see how this looks. Is it shimmery? I don't want shimmery. I don't want shimmery. No. I want like a more nude looking kind of color. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip into the Urban Decay Born This Way palette. And we're going to use the shade No, is that too orangey? No, I don't think so. We're going to use the shade Weekender. And I'm still just taking that fluffy blending brush. And I'm just going to pat it right here in the center just to kind of lighten it up just a tad. And add a little bit of like, you know, definition, some depth here. And I'm just patting it on. And then blending it with that crease. So now to make it really look more sultry, I'm going to add some darker shades right here just to kind of line it and smoke it out a little bit. So I'm taking this Morphe E37 brush, which is like a very small pencil brush. And I'm going to dip it into the color Rum Raisin, which has a little bit of sparkle to it, a little bit of glitter, shimmer, if you will. Taking that, and I'm going to use it to kind of just line my lids a little bit. I'm going to darken it up if I need to, but just, you know, in case I don't want it super dark, I'm starting with this shade, which I recommend if you're going to go with like a sultry type of look like this, or line it with a dark one, but you don't know if it's going to be too dark. Start with a lighter color first. See how that looks, and then just build it up. But I love these type of looks, and when I see them from like on celebrities that their makeup artists, it just looks so pretty and, like I said, sexy. And that's the vibe for Valentine's Day, isn't it? That's how you want to feel. Unless you don't have anyone, then you really don't care. I'd still be like, well, you know what? I'm still bad. I'm still a bad bitch. I'm still gonna get dressed. Put my makeup on and act like I got a date. And then kind of just, you know, blend it out a little bit. And I am gonna just kind of, see, do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna add black liner just to really, you know, like smoke it right there at the lash line. All right, so for my liner, I'm just gonna line them with the Makeup Forever Artist Liner in the shade 10, I don't know. I think this is like the old version before they came out with the new artist colors. But it's, you know, it's just a black one. So I'm really closely going to just line my lashes a little bit. Like that. And then I'm taking a Morphe E35 brush, which is like a small little smudger brush, to just kind of smudge that color out. I'm kind of blending it upwards just so it blends into that darker brown shade we put on. Yeah, I think that looks really, really good. All right, so we got the top part done. I think that looks really good. I also, whenever I was doing that liner with the eyeshadow, I kind of just flicked it out, just kind of create a small little kind of wing cat eye look. Not too like dramatic or anything, but I think it looks really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line. And I'm taking a Morphe R43 brush. Looks like this is kind of like a small shader smudger brush. And we're gonna dip into that mousse color first. And I'm just gonna mix it with peanut butter already, just to kind of just have it mixed and ready to go. And put that on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to put just a tad bit of that cocoa chili color. Is that what I called it earlier? In the outer corner, and kind of just connect it to that top liner a little bit. And I think I'm going to add just a tiny bit of shimmer to the bottom. So we're gonna go in with the color, should I go Bonbon or Caramel? I think I'm gonna go with Bonbon. So we're gonna go in with that color right here, Bonbon, just a tiny bit, and put it in the lower lash line. Yes, just a little bit of like shimmer. It's just a hint. It's nothing. It's just a little something. And then I'm gonna go and put a little bit more of that mousse on top of it just to make sure it blends in with everything else. I think we're good with that. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to highlight. I am using the Amrezy highlight from Anastasia Beverly Hills. One of my favorite highlights. I should have grabbed one when they released it a second time, but I didn't. We're gonna put that on tops of my cheeks because we want to be glowy. Just such a pretty color. Like, they should just keep this permanently. So that's done. And now I want kind of like a warm color. I don't know what shade. I think we're gonna go with the color MUA, Makeup Artist I'm guessing, from the Morphe blush palette. This shade, the 8W Warm Master palette, because I feel like it complements this look a little bit more. So using that, where's mine? And then we're just going to apply it. Oh yeah, perfect color for what I'm going for. Kind of rosy neutral tone. So I almost forgot, like, well, I mean, I didn't forget it because I'm still gonna do it, but I didn't film it yet, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're doing the mascara. I'm gonna be using the Monsieur Big Mascara. By the way, if you watch my other video, you know that I pulled out some of my eyelashes with a curler. This was a curler because I went like this and then my hand slipped or something and I went and pulled out like 6 of my lashes from the outer part. So it was all just one clump from one section of my eyelashes, so it left like a gap and it's still regrowing. It's not all there yet. There's still a gap. I'm using the Monsieur Big Mascara from Lancome. I think I already said that. Because it's really black, really inky, and it does the most. And then just need to put on some lashes, but I'm gonna wait for that to dry off. Okay, so we're gonna go with the lips. I'm gonna line my lips using the NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Red, but we're gonna tone it down in a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill in most of my lips with it too. So it looks really red right now, but we're gonna mix it with this shade from the Nudestix, and it is the Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in the shade Fringe, which is like this really pretty, like nudie kind of color. And I'm mixing it in with that red to make it into like a more muted red. That is what I was going for right there, except for this stupid little thing. Let me fix that. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. Did my hair a little bit, and literally all I did was like kind of flip it over and spray it with the shitload of hairspray to kind of just make it look super messy and voluminous. But yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. I think this is like a really like easy but kind of, you know, sultry look to do for Valentine's Day. I think it's just kind of like a classic look that you can't go wrong with no matter what you're wearing. So yeah, if you want to see all the products I use, will be linked down below. What else? If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you did too, so you can see all my other videos, and go ahead and click that notification bell at the top. That way you're notified every time there's a new video, and I will see you guys next time. So yeah. Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram. It's right here. I have a bunch of makeup inspo, a bunch of fashion inspo. So yeah, I will see you guys later.